I was born in Oklahoma. We moved here when I was 4 years old. It was on 22nd and Charlotte. Then we moved like on 37 in Mungal. We didn't have much. We was poor, but we didn't know it because we just enjoyed life as kids. I was like Forrest Gump for real though. My son said, Daddy, they watched your life and got the movie for me. They had to go pick up my royalties one of these days. Like I got killed before King. I remember all that. John Kennedy, Robert. As I grew older, I found out our own governors behind all that. We worked like Hebrew slaves. The minimum wage then was $1.25. They paid us $1.15 because of skin color. I got drafted a year after I graduated. I got accused for beating up these guys and robbing them. They found out I was innocent. I'm trying to sue the government, so they put me in the hospital, shot me up with Thorazine. And I was all depressed, suicidal. I said, I gotta get my mind back. Like the movie Forrest Gump, put on my shoes and started running.
Yo, 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 welcome to Scheme Heme TV. Happy New Year. In here with the homie Michael Willard today, AKA Kansas City Superman.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. We gonna kick it through his story, you know what I mean? He gonna let y'all know some things y'all probably ain't know about him, so we gonna rewind it back to the beginning, you know what I mean? Let these people know where you from originally.
I was born in Oklahoma. We moved here when I was 4 years old.
What year was that?
That was 58.
Mom and pops?
Yes, uh-huh.
Any brothers and sisters?
There's 9 of us, brothers and sisters, big family.
Where you fall in at?
I'm right in halfway, right, I guess I'd say in the middle.
So what was the reason y'all family came down here to Kansas City?
Just for a change, you know, they just changed the city, you know. A lot going on in them days, you know, like a lot of persecution, and just for cause your skin, but I'm happy that I went through that time, so happened to be what I am today. You know, experiences.
When you come down here, what kind of work was mom and pops doing?
My mother, she worked at a retail store, like Sears and Roebuck. And my dad, he worked at Sears, you know, he was like janitor, cleaning out the elevator, you know, the jobs that other people want to do.
Was that the Sears off of Truman Road or whatever?
Yeah, that big,
Yeah.
big building there.
Tell me what was it like coming up in your household back then?
But we didn't have much, we was poor, but we didn't know it because, you know, we just enjoyed life as kids, getting out there playing, you know, in the backyard, baseball, you know, and football, running.
What neighborhood did y'all come to when you came down? You remember?
Yeah, first moved was on 22nd and Charlotte, right there by Truman Medical Center. And then we moved like on 37 in Mungal, like over by 39th Street.
You was into the sports as a kid?
As a kid, yeah. Because I always loved to run. I was like Forrest Gump for real though. My son said, Daddy, they watched your life and got the movie for me. They had to go pick up my royalties one of these days.
What school was you going to back then as a youngster?
Okay, I went to Sanford B. Ladd grade school, and then I went to like Central Junior and Central High School. Then I got drafted, I got transferred to Westport High when they started integrating schools.
So this was back when the schools...
Yeah, they were second grade, but then it was like in 68, that's when they started trying to integrate us.
So you have any experiences when you was a kid, like on any of that racial stuff?
Because I grew up not like when we went to Westport, it's pretty cool, you know, it's kind of mixture of blacks, the whites, and Spanish. Got along pretty good.
No bad experiences?
No. Not until King got assassinated, that's when stuff started happening.
How old was you?
I was like about 16. 15 or 16, It was rioting and cutting up, kind of like Ferguson, but, you know, just different times, you know.
So what about Malcolm X? How old was you then?
I was like, I was about 13 or 14, because like I got killed before King. I was a teenager, I remember all that. John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. And then as I grew older, I found out our own governors behind all that. Our government, a lot of people don't know, they still trying to, you know, cover it up.
Your teenage years, did you have any jobs or anything? Was you working anywhere?
Yeah, I worked on the plaza. It's called Poochie's Cafeteria on the plaza. You know, busboy, busing table, working real hard. Then I worked at the airport at Joe Gilbert's restaurant in the Hereford House. We worked like Hebrew slaves. And we got paid slave wages, you know, mopping floors, pots and pans, dishes, busting the table. And I worked at a Hereford house when I was like 16, and the whole crew was from the west side. And we worked and we worked. And minimum wage then was $1.25. They paid us $1.15 because of our skin color.
So it's Mexicans.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. But we got along good with Mexicans. That's from my training, running the hills, getting ready for my marathon.
Did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Westport?
Yeah, 1970.
Did you go to college after that?
Well, I got drafted a year after I graduated in the Vietnam area.
Did you go to war?
No. I didn't get to go to Vietnam. One reason why, because I got accused for beating up these guys and robbing them. I didn't do it. I told my sergeant, said, don't worry about it. Go to the lineup. They pulled me out. I supposed to beat up 3 white guys, but I didn't do it. So they put me in the stockade, and I was serving time. And what saved me from going to Vietnam is the fact that they found out I was innocent. So then my orders came to go to Vietnam. I'm trying to sue the government, so they put me in a hospital, shot me up with Thorazine. That's another story. So I finally got a medical discharge.
How long did you go through that?
I was in and out the hospital about 4 or 5 years. I was all messed up, suicidal and everything. But God's grace.
What city was that in?
That's in San Antonio, Texas. And I was in Brooke General Hospital. In Fort Hood, I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. That's where I was stationed. I finally got an honorable medical discharge. I guess they try to cover up what they did to me. So I finally got out, and I was all depressed, so suicidal. Like the movie Forrest Gump, I said, I gotta get my mind back. So I'm gonna start running again. 'Cause I ran in high school. So I put on my shoes and started running.
You run track in high school? Was it a track team?
Yeah, I was on the track team. I started off on the track team. I was like the anchor man, 880 relay. Then I ran the half mile. Then I did good in that. Then they ran the mile. Did good in that. Then he had me in cross country. And that's my background, And then got drafted into the Army. I had my running down, so I was in pretty good shape until I got drafted.
So when you got back from the Army, what you do?
I went back. I tried to work with Southwestern Bell.
Did you come to Kansas City when you got back?
Yeah, came back to Kansas City. And my skills, I guess for the phone company, I just couldn't handle it because my mind was still wasn't right yet, from the service. Had went through so much.
What you do?
I was a field lineman. We hooked up wires on the telephone pole, put in cables. Started out in Independence. When I was in 11th grade, that's when they trained us and came out, put cables in, we climbed the telephone pole, we was training. And then that was my work for a whole year, And I was married back then with a child. But
what year did you get married?
1970. Yeah, 1970.
Right when you graduated?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Your childhood sweetheart or whatever, high school and all that?
Met in Westport High School, yeah.
Y'all had a child when?
Oh, that was in September 1971. 1970.
Y'all got straight to it.
Yeah, Michael Jr., yeah. Yeah, he's 53 now, believe it or not.
He in Kansas City still?
Yeah,
What about your daughter?
Yeah, I got 3 daughters. Yeah, 1 son and 9 grandkids. I went through a second marriage, I went through a lot, but I guess I'm struck out. I'm just single right now and just waiting on the Lord, so I'm focused all into my ministry and my running, going dangerous places like Ferguson, Baltimore, Compton, California, getting shot at.